Hello, everybody. Today we are going to complete the Packet Tracer 2.9.1 lab from the Cisco Intro to Networking class. This packet tracer is entitled Basic Switch and End Device Configuration. It's important to know this. This lab comes in various forms, and yours may not look exactly like mine, but I'm going to go over the process, and you'll have to use your own table information. You may have different device names, different IP addresses, and a different diagram, but the basic idea is going to be the same. Our objective here is to configure host names and IP addresses. We're going to use Cisco iOS commands to specify or limit access to the device configurations, use the iOS commands to save the running configuration, configure the two host end devices with IP addresses, that's the computers, and verify the connectivity between the two PC end devices. They should be able to communicate with each other at the end through these two switches that we're going to configure. So you have to be careful you don't get confused. I'll be following my addressing table, and you will have to follow your addressing table when you do your lab in order to get the points. As you can see, they've left us on our own here with very little instruction. It just says configure the devices to fill these requirements, and they've got all of these things down here. Remember, your names are going to be different, possibly. It's highly unlikely you get the exact same lab up that I have right here. I believe that it doesn't matter which lab you have, which version, these passwords are still going to be the same. So we're going to go through all of this, and hopefully you won't be too confused by the fact that we have different names for our devices and our IP addresses. All right, the first thing we need to do in this lab is we need to use a console connection to access each switch. So we are going to go down here and we're going to access a cable. Remember the connections, this lightning bolt here. We're going to choose that, and then we want a console cable. If you hover over the console cable, you can see below here at the bottom, I can't hover over it while I'm trying to show you, it says console at the bottom. That's the cable that we want. So let's click on it. And then as we move into this area here, we can see that we've got a cable. Let's left click on a switch, and we want to choose the console port, and then drag it over to user 1 or whatever yours is named. And we want the RS-232. That is the connector for a console cable. Let's do the same for the other switch and the other PC. Whatever yours happens to be named, we still need to grab another console cable with the left mouse button, bring it over to the switch and click the left mouse button on console, and then drag it over to user 2. Press the left mouse button and choose RS-232. And now we are all set up with our console cables. Now we need to name our two switches. Now we're going to be doing this through the PCs. That's why we've hooked up a console cable. So click on the PC, and then we want to click on the desktop tab. And we want to go to the terminal so we can access the switch. These bits of information are fine the way they are, so just click OK, and you get to the black screen that shows that we are in the switch. We are in this lab, the one that's called user-01. It may be called something different in your lab. I'm going to hit enter so I can get to the prompt, and you can see that it says switch. I need to change the name of that. So I first want to go into config mode. So I need to type enable, and then I need to type config T, and I'm in config mode. And now the command for naming is host name space, and we want to name it whatever it is in the table. My device is going to be exactly capital A, capital S, small w -1. Make sure you type yours exactly as it is in the table. and then hit enter. And I'm at 4% now. You can see I've made a change here. All right, let's go ahead and name the other switch. So I'm just going to click outside of there. It's still in the background. We'll get to it later. But okay, so we're going to left click on user 2. And I already went into desktop, and then I want terminal. Click OK. And here I am. I'm going to hit enter, and I want to type enable, and then config T, which stands for terminal. You could also type configure terminal. That's the entire command. And now I'm in config mode, and once again I want to type host name, and then for my lab it's capital A, capital S, small w -2. And I am now at 9%. I'm going to click out of that. And the next command says to use the line, we need to set up passwords for all lines. Now for this, you're going to look at your lab and it's going to tell you the password to use. This is a step I'm on, and I'm not sure if all the versions use that same password. Whatever password it's telling you, please make sure that you are typing it exactly as is with capital letters and small letters and exactly the way it is. So I'm going to go back into user 1, and here I am again in that same window. And in order to set that password, I first need to type line con 0 to get into the console line. And then the command is password, and then you type the password. Mine is 8UB capital RU. My percentage just went up. And now I want to type login so that it forces it to ask for a password when somebody's trying to log in. And while I'm here, I'm going to continue with switch 1. I know that I went over to switch 2 to name it, but let's stay in switch 1 and do all of these commands for switch 1, and then we'll go ahead and repeat it for switch 2. Still on this particular instruction, I want to click on user 1 and carry on here. I did the line con 0 password, but now I also want to do the password for the VTY lines. So I want to type line VTY, and we're going to do the lines 0 space 15. That covers all of the lines 0 through 15. And we still have to use that same password, whatever it is in your table. Mine was 8UBRU, capital RU. And I'm going to hit enter and then log in. And that sets it for all of those lines. And then I want to use a secret password. So looking at the next instruction here, it says use that password as my secret password. So in order to do that, I need to type enable. Oh, actually I need to back up and type exit first. I just want to be in config mode for this next command. It's enable secret, and then type that password exactly as written. And I'm at 18% now. The next instruction says encrypt all clear text passwords. In order to do that, I still need to be in config mode where I am. And the command for that is service password dash encryption. Hit enter. I'm at 22%. The next one, configure an appropriate message of the day banner. That's also in config mode where I am. So I will type banner, MOTD, and I'm just going to put the number symbol or hashtag and type the word warning and another hashtag. It doesn't care what you put in there this time. Hit enter. I'm at 27%. And then it says configure addressing for all devices according to the addressing table. So we're here in switch 1. Let's go ahead and look at what the addressing is for this first switch. We have interface VLAN 1, and this is our IP address and subnet mask. So the command for that, we're still in config mode, and we type interface, then VLAN space the number 1, and then we're going to hit enter to be in that interface. See how the prompt changed? So it says config-if. That's because it's in interface VLAN 1. Now I'm going to type the IP address. That is IP address space, and I'm going to grab it here from the table. Here's which one. I'm in the first switch, and that's the address I want. So 172.16.5.35, and then space, and type the subnet mask. Now remember, yours might be different than mine. Please, please double check that you've typed yours correctly from the table that you have, which is probably different. Once you know that it's correct, hit enter and your percentage should go up. I'm at 36% now. And then we want to type the words no shutdown and hit enter. That gets me to 40%, and some chatter happens on the line then. You can hit enter again to get to where you want to be. Let's see. We want to save this configuration. So I'm going to type copy. Okay, I made a mistake there. You can see what happened. I needed to exit out of config mode. I had forgotten. I need to be in just the switch basic mode here. And that's where you type copy run start. And then it asks you about the destination file name. Just hit enter there and everything is good. I'm at 45%. So the first switch, whatever yours is called, is all configured. Okay, let's do that same thing for the second switch. So click on your PC. You should still be in that terminal for the second switch, and we're going to do all of those same steps for the second switch. So looking at your table is all of this information right here is what you're going to use, whatever your table is showing. So I already named it. It's got the correct host name. I want to go and set up some passwords on the line con 0. So line con 0 in the console line. Password, and type it exactly as it's written in your lab. And hit enter. And then login. So it does that at login. And then also the VTY lines, the virtual lines. So line VTY 0 space 15. Same password. Also login. And then we want to use the secret password. So I need to exit out of the line, the console line. So hit exit. And we're in config mode now. Enable secret, and then type that next password. Remember, we're going in order here. It must be exactly as listed there. Your percentage should go up when you type it. And then we want to encrypt all clear text passwords. That's service password dash encryption. Hit enter. I'm at 59%. We want a message of the day. So banner, MOTD, message of the day. Hashtag warning, hashtag. You need a hashtag at the beginning and at the end. Hit enter. Then I want to configure the addresses. So I need to type interface VLAN 1 to get into the correct interface. Here is my information for the addressing for the second switch. So I want to type IP address 172.16.540 space and then the subnet mask. Please double check that so that you don't have a big mistake that you have to try to fix. I'm going to hit enter. I'm at 72% now. I want to type no shutdown. That opens up that line and puts a little chatter on the line, so just hit enter twice. And then I want to save this, so I need to exit out and then type copy, run, start. Oh, I needed to exit twice. I made the same mistake twice. Okay, here we go. Copy, run, start. Hit enter again. I'm at 81%. All right, and now we need to set up the PCs. We need to give them their addressing also. So in order to do that, I'm going to X out of this. I'm going to go into the PC and I want to choose IP configuration here. I'm going to click the top button so that doesn't disappear. Here's where I'm at. Remember, your device might be different and your IP address and subnet mask might be different. You just need to type it in to this little form here. Here it says IPv4 address. Type the address in. Make sure it's right. Type the subnet mask in. It'll come up with one, but it might not be right, so make sure you type in the right one. Click out of that somewhere, and your percentage should go up. That looks good to me. So I'm going to move on to the other PC and do the same thing for that one. Remember, you're still looking at your table for the information, typing in the address, typing in the subnet mask. Clicking out somewhere. I'm at 95% right now. I'm going to X out of this. Here it says verify connectivity between all devices. And we can do that by pinging from one device to another. So let's click on the first PC, whatever yours is called. And we're going to go to the command prompt. And from this command prompt, so I'm in my first PC. From this command prompt, I'm going to type ping, and then I want to ping the other PC. So the other PC's address is 172.16.560, whatever yours is, you check. So I'm pinging it. I'm doing a little test to see if I can actually reach that other PC. So far it's telling me my request has timed out. Let's see if it continues to do that. All right, I think I may have made a mistake somewhere. I've got 100% lost. There's no hope here. So let's X out of this, and I'm going to teach you what to do when you think there may be a mistake that you've made. Go to the check results button right here and go to assessment items. And oh my goodness, look what happened. I typed the wrong IP address for user 1. So I need to make sure that that's correct. So let me go back to user 1. That's my PC. Click close here. So user 1, IP configuration. Did I type the wrong address? 16.550. Oh, I did. I need to get rid of that 5. Click elsewhere, and now my lab is at 100%. Okay, so that's good. Let's try that ping again. So from user 1, I'm going to go to the command prompt, and a little bit of a tip here. You can just hit the up arrow in these screens, and it will give you the last command that you typed. So I'm hitting the up arrow, there's the ping. Let's see if it works this time. Oh, this looks a lot better. I had 0% loss. There's a chance that you may end up with some loss on the first try. If that happens, just do it again and it should be fine. So there we are, 100%, plus you got to see me making a mistake. So I hope things went well for you. So if you would like to try this lab again with different numbers and a different diagram and different passwords, you can go ahead and restart the lab and it will most likely give you something entirely different than the one that you just did. All right, enjoy, and I'll see you in the next lab.